What's the y'all thought I was gonna say it how what's up, Sauce Nation? What's good, everybody? Shout out to wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Sauce Sports. Shout out to Fox 26. If you're catching us on the live stream app, man, much love to you. Had a little bit of technical difficulties getting everything worked out, so y'all, you gotta pardon us. Players mess up, but we always fix up. Got a few gentlemen from the round getting down with me this afternoon. Got plenty to talk about. A lot going on in Houston in the world of sports, period. And like I said, we got a few gentlemen from the Roundtable here this evening to get down. We got, like I say, a lot to talk about. I hope y'all ready for it. Shout out to all the freshest ingredients if you're catching us on the tube. And let's start off. Let's see what we got joining us tonight, man. Who's in the mix this evening?
What's up, Sauce Nation? It's your boy Spitz. You know, we part of the original the round table, you know, off the imitated, never duplicated. What's good with y'all?
Already.
It really don't matter, but you got your boy Wise said it really don't matter. And Honcho, I thought you almost said it for real though.
Nah. Nah. I knew where he was. I was gonna see if anybody's gonna react and try to stop me before I did. But you know, I was just seeing where everybody's at. Get everybody livened up, man. We got to drip some real fresh sauce tonight. Last couple of times we've been rocking. I don't think we've been giving the people the authentic flavor. But who else we got in the mix with us tonight, man?
Your boy Ray Rance, aka it's Pigskin Prophet. What's good, man? Let's get it.
Already. And so, like I say, man, and shout out to everybody who couldn't get down with us this evening and around. But there's so much to talk about, so much going on, man. Plenty of conversation to be had when it comes to talking about, the Texans, when it comes to talking about the Rockets, what they got going on. I mean, if you're talking about the NFL period, this last weekend's games were, according to who you ask, some people will tell you this is the best weekend of NFL football. And we're talking about football, not just playoff football, because I think when the stakes are higher, for some people, they can just, it can amplify that much. And it matters. But a lot of people you ask that this is the best weekend of football they've ever seen in their lives. Every game was great. And then, like I said, you saw legends going against, people who've kind of made a name in this league, some of the young guys who are up and coming. And then you saw guys play great and still get disappointed. But whether it be NFL, NBA, like I said, the Rockets, we can talk lockout with the Astros, potential of, a hockey team possibly coming to Houston. But let's get into what everybody wants to talk about. I think the hottest topic right now, if you're a Houston sports fan, and we're talking about those of you who are across the board, and some of y'all pick and choose, we ain't gonna say no names. What are the Texans gonna do when it comes to the new head coach situation? Now, I think something happened right before we went live, and I'm not sure if it's official yet or not, but it was definitely involving a candidate that I think Spitz and some of the other guys were big fans of. But this is a guy that Spitz has been preaching for the last, couple of years, that we've had availabilities for the Texans coaching hire. So we'll throw it to Spitz. I want to speak about the guy that might be out of the running, and then kind of how you feel about the guys that the Texans have entertained. Not necessarily the guys you may think be the best, but the ones that they have entertained, have done interviews with, possible second interviews. What do you feel about what the Texans have going on with the head coaching situation right now, Spitz?
Okay, well, the name you're talking about is Byron Leftwich. It seems like if he hasn't taken the job yet, he's very close to taking the job for the Jacksonville Jaguars, the team that drafted him in the first round, I think back in 2001, if I'm not mistaken, 2001, 2002, something like that. But drafted him back then, and he played for that franchise. Been to the playoffs a couple of times with that franchise. Didn't work out as far as him being a superstar quarterback, but he's paid his dues as the offensive coordinator, a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. And it's not just Tom Brady. He was doing it even when he had Jameis Winston as well. Had Jameis Winston looking like a viable NFL quarterback under his tutelage. And it's a guy I've been talking about for a long time, especially when we had the situation with Deshaun Watson. I thought that would have been the perfect matchup. Somebody, another former quarterback, former draft pick, played the position, and has been around good offensive minds, can devise a system perfectly centered around a quarterback like Deshaun Watson. I thought he would be the perfect candidate, but it makes all the sense. I know Jacksonville is Jacksonville, but it makes all the sense for him to go back home to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And when it comes to the coaching that we brought in, I'm not impressed. It's like you're going after tier 3 and tier 4 coaching candidates, where tier 1s you're not even interviewing. like the Byron Leftwiches, like the D'Amico Ryans, like Wise continues to talk about, like the Eric B. and the Meats, even the Eberflus from Indianapolis. There's other quality coaches out there that've been paying their dues for a long time, but yet they want to go after tier 3 and tier 4 guys, and it just shows you what this franchise looking at right now. They don't know what they're doing.
I think that's kind of the consensus we've had with this franchise for several years. You see the things that look like the obvious move, the layup. Like, this is the move you make. You're back in a better position. You start moving forward. We get rid of the woes in the past, the BOBs and things like that. But for some reason, those folks over there off Kirby just don't like to listen to the fans. And I also, shout out to Spitz, because he made a reference to something that some of y'all may or may not have caught. The original Roundtable. So when you hear people talk about Houston and Roundtable, make sure y'all know when they speak of the duplicates and the originals. Let's start with Ray Ray. We're gonna do the Oreo thing, black on the outside, white in the middle. Ray Ray.
Nice.
Your thoughts, man, when we're talking about the Texans and this coaching search, like, how are you feeling about the direction or the moves that the Texans are or are not making? Are they doing the right thing in your opinion?
They're not going to do the right thing until they get Casario out of here. Until they get off this New England mantra that everyone's trying to duplicate. We have been trying to duplicate for years. Until we start finding our own culture, it honestly don't really matter who we bring in here. I mean, if Easterby is going to be in the box calling plays, then what's the point of hoping about what head coach comes in here? That's kind of where I'm at right now, because I'm not going to get into the hype of who comes here and who comes what, because to me, honestly, it don't matter. Truly doesn't matter, because whoever comes in here is going to be instantly limited because of what Easterby and I'll leave Easter Bunny out of it for what Nicky Scissors wants. Nicky Scissors wants to have control. He's just a less vocal Bill O'Brien, but he's a control freak. He wants it done a certain way.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you say it don't matter, you gotta say it with the sauce and the flavor. It don't matter. You gotta say it the right way. Yes.
No. Fine, it don't matter. Whatever. It don't matter. Side bastards, they all suck. It don't matter. It doesn't matter who we bring here. The only one that's going to have remotely any kind of success in this organization as a head coach who will have a little more freedom to do anything would be his best buddy, Josh McDaniels. That's it. Everyone else you bring in here, don't matter whether it's Gannon, O'Connell. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because they're going to come in here. They're going to have an idea of what they want to do. They're going to reach out to Nicky Scissors, and he's just going to go, no, we don't do that here. That's simple.
You feel like the Texans' destiny is doomed to duplicate, say that 3 times fast, the New England situation? You feel like that's where we are no matter who comes in, as long as Nicky Scissors is here, okay? Wise, your thoughts. And I know if you didn't catch the video that just dropped on this Shame on Y'all one, I'm pointing at you in the chat who may not have participated. But Wise, your thoughts, man. Like, are you still feeling the same as you felt when you made the video discussing the coaching hires? Or the Texans trending in the right direction for anybody you think that should be interested? Or what do you feel like is happening right now?
It don't matter. It don't matter at all. Like Ray Ray said. To be honest, I got a few things to say. The guy that they interviewed already, Gannons, whatever his name is, Jonathan Gannons. Yes, I already made an analogy for him. Gannon will be on Fannin with the cannon to lead the tanks. We don't want that sorry bastard. All right, let me get to the other guy, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, he coached with the Rams, but you got to look at the tools that he got. He got Matt Stafford. He got my boy Van Jefferson. He got my boy Cooper Kupp. You can't forget about Cooper Kupp. Like, Cooper Kupp led the league in receiving this year. Like, let's stop it. Let's sit back. Let's take a look at the real candidate. It's only real one candidate for me. That's going to be my boy, D'Amico Ryans. I mean, if the Jaguars want to go ahead and get Byron Leftwich, they got their as player. They got their as quarterback back in the franchise. Nobody know the Jaguars organization better than any other coaching candidate than Byron Leftwich. So that was a great hire for the Jaguars. But when you talk about the Texans, the only person that's out there right now that knows the locker room better than D'Amico Ryans is nobody. It's D'Amico Ryans. He's the answer. He's a captain. He's a leader. He led the defense when he was here. He was a vocal leader. He got a Super Bowl experience. He was with the 49ers for multiple years, coaching up the linebackers. He has the experience. Then he transitioned to defensive coordinator this season and still have a top 5 defense. So and then he can relate to the players. This is a problem we've been having for multiple years. It's been a rift in the locker room when it comes to the player, the coach, and the organization with the Texans. For some reason, when every player leaves the Houston Texans, what have they been doing this season? They go on the podium, they talk to the media, and they've been bashing the Houston Texans organization like they should be doing. They got to get in here. They got to get this fixed. They got to get it addressed. If they're going to hire somebody that's going to be more risky, give them a short-term deal. Cal McNair is going to be spending money, wasting money. Like, I know it doesn't go against the cap, but at the end of the day, you're still running a business. You want to save some money. So the best and the only answer for me, like I said, D'Amico Ryans. I don't care about anything else.
So Honcho, there's two chat pieces I want to add to this conversation that are in the chat right now.
Okay.
Says, bro, how are you going to respect a coach that can't get it to hire his own staff? That's a great question. How can you? And that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So I like that question because that's something you need to ponder on for people who are wanting XYZ candidate to come in here and take over. If he's not going to be able to hire his own people or do anything with the roster, if he's going to get partial control, if that, I mean, with what Nicky Scissors is, I mean, he's told everyone in interviews what he does. Like, he hasn't hit it. So I don't understand what's
But here's my thing. I think it don't matter. It don't matter for Texans fans because we saw that just with Cully, right? And we said Cully's staff was damn near picked before Cully. And, yes. You know, and so, and you saw how the Texans fans rallied behind Cully, even though, you know, there were a lot of questions that we had. And then anybody who seemed to question his ability or his, you know, coaching history or lack thereof, you know, oh, you're hating on the Texans or you're not. That's the problem with this fan base. And like, it's a great question. Don't get it wrong. It's a great question. You know, how do you respect somebody? But we've seen it happen. We saw everybody, you know, disregard all the other quality coaches the Texans interviewed last year or the other possibilities and go all in on Cully with no resume, no nothing proven. And I think that Texans, and I've talked about this Texans fan base 1,000 times, or why the Texans are able to continue to get away with making decisions like these. Because you got very few fans like us in the Roundtable or, you know, the folks in the Sauce Chat or, you know, who rock with the Roundtable who speak honestly and freely. And I think it's the fact that there's very few of us is why those people who are willing to respect the coach with no resume or with no ability or no say-so, a coach in name only, and they'll continue to accept it here in Houston. So, I mean, I think it's a great question. But I think that makes us have to question our own fan base. But you said there was a second thing or a second piece. That you want, my bad.
This one's particularly for Wise.
Okay.
Your boy Rio said D'Amico don't want to come here because he sued the Houston Texans for injuries. Thoughts?
Man, they can push that. They can put that behind the closed doors. They can work that out. It don't matter. D'Amico Ryans and look, listen to me right now. Cal McNair, Nicky Scissors, Nick Casario, Jack Easterby. If y'all listening right now, y'all need to at least give the man an opportunity, an interview, because let's be serious. Do we want to be in the playoffs again? Did you see all those good playoff games this weekend? Like, it's sad that we're not able to get that experience when we had all of these talented players here, Hall of Fame capable players here. And another point I want to bring up real fast: Nicky Scissors, Nick Casario. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out by your regular name. This is the year to put up or shut up. To be honest,
that's when you know it's serious.
If
he
you don't
uses a
put up
regular name, you know it's serious.
Exactly. If you don't put the results up this year in the draft, if you don't put the results up with the trade pending with DW40, if you don't get it done this offseason and you don't get the cap back going and back restructured and things of that sorts, you're gonna be out of here. You're gonna be the one getting the scissors. Because the problem is, I'm tired of having guys in the front office that want to have too much control over things they should not be doing and not staying in their lane or staying in their place. If you're gonna be a head coach, be a head coach. If you're gonna be an offensive coordinator, be an offensive coordinator. If you're gonna be a defensive coordinator, be a defensive coordinator. We have no structure at the top of this organization. We never had structure at the top of this organization, and that's why we don't have a Super Bowl. And
I mean,
Nikki Scissors, you're gonna
is it
get
too
the
much
scissors.
for us to ask for a GM that can delegate? Isn't that what they're supposed to fucking do? Isn't that part of their thing? Aren't they supposed to do that? What? Oh, my bad. Thank you.
Pardon me, I was going on a tirade. Y'all know, look, players mess up. I do these things as I go on my tirade. Hey, it wouldn't be the sauce. It wouldn't be the sauce if it wasn't for a technical difficulty from Honcho. So I apologize. But like I say, just going in to long story short, was just saying that Rick Smith, if you go back in recent Texans history, you've seen the GMs in this organization do it. Now, a lot of us had our particular feelings about Rick Smith at that time. But like I said, I'll be the first to eat crow, and I've done it before, that even somebody on that level is respectable because it never felt like Rick was overstepping his boundaries. Even when you had the alleged Billy O beef allegedly going on behind the scenes, like you never got that feeling that Rick was overdoing it, or at least not in the public. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but with that. But kind of coming back to it though, and I agree with Wise on the D'Amico thing, because I think that's how you unify this entire fan base. You're going to have a group of Texans fans who are going to accept whatever you put out. It doesn't matter. It could be a bowl of gruel, and they'll be happy for it as long as you put a Texans logo on the side of the bowl. You got some fans who will accept anything. But I think to those who kind of lean more the way we do, Sauce Nation, Roundtable, however you want to look at it, we want somebody we think is coming in here to compete to try to make us relevant. Like, I think we've gotten past the point of, just getting to the playoffs, happy to be there. Well, would I take it this year? Maybe, after some of the other stuff we got. But thinking long term, like I said, you bring in an original Texan, a guy who I don't think any one of us or anybody in chat, anybody who has been a Texans fan, has a negative word to say on D'Amico as a player. And I think you can say the same thing on D'Amico as a coach. What negatives can you say about him? Oh, short coaching tenure? Well, if you're willing to entertain the McCowns of the world, if you're willing to entertain the Cullys of the world, then why not? Like, if this is the route we're going now with minimal experience, then why not? I see no issue with it. But, that's just me personally when we're talking about, coaching hires. But kind of flashback to this weekend. A lot of great games that took place this weekend. A lot of good football.
Awesome games.
What game this weekend? What game this weekend? We'll start with Ray. Was the best game in your opinion?
Okay. Personal favorite was the Bengals game because I'm a JB fan, and JB we trust more. I loved watching, man. I just, that was my personal favorite. But I have to tell you, though, the most entertaining one for me had to be the Chiefs-Bills game. Hands down, man. That was a great game. Great game all the way around. It was awesome. It was real awesome.
Spitz, glad you're back with us. Your thoughts? What jump Spitz? What was the best game to you this weekend and why? I think you sound like me over there. I think you muted like I was.
Dang, my bad, y'all. but no, like I said, man, that was easy. That's Kansas City and Buffalo. That might be one of the greatest games I've ever seen. When you talk about what 4 lead changes in the last 2 minutes, I thought. But if you're a Buffalo fan, you sick because you thought you won that game 3 different times, and I thought the game was over twice. When Buffalo scored the second to last when they scored the third touchdown, I'm like, okay, you left a little bit too much time for Pat Mahomes. And when Tyreek Hill skates off and scores that touchdown, I thought the game was over. I thought Kansas City won. And then Buffalo goes right back and scores again. I'm like, okay, with leaving 13 seconds left, I'm like, y'all know I'm a huge Pat Mahomes fan. Texas Tech Red Raiders. Hey, wreck them all day. 13 seconds. That's kind of a tall task to ask, even though just to get in the field goal range. But they did that. They got in the field goal range. And once they won the coin toss, I knew once they got the coin toss, I said, Buffalo's not touching that field again. Josh Allen is not getting on that field again. And truth, we seen that here in Houston. Last year with Deshaun Watson versus the Tennessee Titans, the game played out the exact same way. The last time Josh Allen was on the field, he had a touchdown and thought he won the game. Same thing with Deshaun. Last time Deshaun was on the field, he scored a touchdown, thought he won the game, and the other opposing team gets a touchdown, goes overtime, and then gets the ball right in overtime and scores a touchdown. It was just a great game. And to be honest, back to being a Houston fan, because I bring everything back full circle with us. We gotta be sick down here, man. Like we gotta be sick because we sit there and we watch all those games this weekend, especially that game right there specifically when it comes to Buffalo and it comes to the Chiefs. We're supposed to be in that matchup because we have a quarterback like that. Like we have a quarterback that can do those same type of things. And since it's so frustrating, whatever side you fall on, you for Deshaun Watson to stay, you want Deshaun Watson to get traded, whatever. We shouldn't be in the situation to begin with.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason of the franchise being dysfunctional. Some of it's Deshaun Watson's fault himself, also asking for the trade, but also some of it is being the dysfunction. We just laid out. We talked about it with the whole coaching thing. Like I said earlier, if you have a general manager, like Ray said, why we can't have a general manager just do general manager things? And because of that, you kind of seen the tea leaves a little bit because we have that type of general manager. What player worth their salt wants to bring themselves to this dysfunction? Yeah. Seriously, what player worth their salt actually wants to be a part of this?
Bro, and because that game, honestly, there's a lot of similarities, whether it's empathetic or sympathetic for Buffalo Bills fans. Either one, whichever one it works, man, that hit too close to home in a lot of ways as a Houston fan.
Do you think that game is worse than the game in the 90s?
Oh,
the Oilers game?
Oh, the Renfro. Oh, man, now you're digging. You know what? I ain't gonna go there. Oh, man. Oh, I got flashbacks. I got PTSD from that crap, bro. That was bad. Never mind.
Boys, open the wound. They play in Nashville now. They play in Nashville.
But I'm just saying.
Y'all north side Oilers.
The north side Oilers. Anytime we trying to bring them back.
No, they still got the curse. The curse went with them to Tennessee. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Yeah.
It can't be. You know what? You might not be lying because that 1 yard when they did make it to the Super Bowl, it might. The curse might have. It might just be a. I don't know. They might have left a little funk here in Houston because we've been having our own little slumps too.
Don't act like we ain't cursed. Don't act like we ain't got that.
Yeah, they left some funk here in Houston. I want to come back to that Bills Chiefs game because there's a very important conversation that I think needs to be had about that game, and Spitz actually kind of brought it up. But I want to get Wise's thoughts. What was the best game you saw this weekend?
Yeah, I was about to say, dang.
That's why I said I'm gonna come back. I ain't forget
forget that game. That wasn't even my favorite game. It was a good game, yeah, but it was a terrible game defensively, if you wanted me to be honest with you. My favorite game was the Packers versus the 49ers in the Tundra in Green Bay. That's old school football right there. That show you who can win the game in all 3 levels on defense. offense, special teams. Special teams came up huge for the 49ers. And plus, I want to see my boy Trey Lance get that Super Bowl ring this year, even though he's not the starter. Even though he's not the starter. And my boy Debo Samuel's always running hard. He can play receiver, he can play running back, he can play quarterback. And I just love the way Kyle Shanahan can coach. He has shown that he can do it. He comes up short in the Super Bowl every time, but at least he can get you to the Super Bowl. So that was one of my favorite games, and we got to see Rodgers go home. Rodgers is one of my favorite quarterbacks, but it's time for Rodgers to be a free agent and maybe come to the Texans and turn the Texans back to the Texans.
Rodgers!
Exactly. Super Bowl double check. Yes.
Shout out to Cody.
David Adams would be nice.
Appreciate the super chat love. But the question that I want to come back to, because this seems to be a question that has been permeating through the NFL fandoms and on social media and all this other stuff. Should the overtime rules be changed? I'm just going to throw it out there for whoever wants to address. Should the overtime, after the outcome of the Chiefs and Bills game, do you feel like the second team or the team who loses the flip should have the opportunity to get the ball and score?
Oh, I'm going to go last. I'm going last. I'm going last on this one.
Or is it on their defense to do their job, to get that opportunity?
They already changed the rules not too long ago. I mean, let's be honest. They should be grateful that if you can't stop the offense from scoring a touchdown and hold them to a field goal, that's on the defensive coordinator. That's on the defense. At the end of the day, if you can't win a game in regulation, that's your fault that you went to overtime. You should have got it done in regulation. Don't be crying. Don't be talking about, oh, they need to change the rules just because you lost in that type of moment. Like, stop it. We've seen the Texans lose in worse situations. Let me not start here Deshaun Watson rookie season. No. I'm just going to say something real fast. I know it don't matter, but it do matter. We lost in worse situations. You don't hear us complaining that they need to change the rules. Tom Brady went down 13 seconds, threw a 70-yarders to Brandon Cooks in the left end zone with 2 feet in. So let's stop it. We lost in worse situations than what the Bills have lost. And, you just got to live with it. They lost last year like that against Kansas City, so they just going to have to do some growing up. And like I said, Leslie Frazier, whatever his name is, he a fraud. That's why I didn't want the Texans to hire him last year as a as the head coach. So.
Frazier the fraud. Okay.
Wise, what you saying don't make no damn sense. It don't even make cartoon sense, Wise. That don't make no sense at all. It really don't. You gonna sit and tell we are talking about $1 billion industry when we talk about the NFL, but yet we can't get games resolutely right. I say the same thing about the whole tie rule. The NFL is the only sport outside, I think, maybe hockey and soccer that does ties. Any major sport, baseball don't do ties. College football don't do ties. No college basketball or the NBA don't do ties. But the NFL, $1 billion industry, the world's greatest sport, does ties. Now, and that's a conversation for another day. But you gonna sit up here and tell me you gonna
right now. That's a
no, you gonna sit up here and tell me right now. No, ain't no time out. You ain't had your time to talk. And you ain't had your time to talk. Let me talk. Because it don't make no sense. What you say don't make no sense. It really don't. Like seriously, it don't make no sense. You gonna sit up here and tell me, oh, it's on the defense? Yeah, we know it's on the defense. Why they can't just play a full quarter? Like if you want to short it, make it a 10-minute quarter, whatever. Play a full quarter. You gonna sit up and tell me that Josh Allen doesn't get a chance to touch the ball? He doesn't. He did all he did. He played the best football he's possibly ever could play in his life. And he can't even get another opportunity just because Pat Mahomes out Pat. I get that.
Ask Deshaun Watson. I
agree with Deshaun Watson. I agree with that. Because the game against Tennessee, Deshaun should be able to get on the field. Deshaun should be able to get on the field too.
No,
I understand that. I agree with that.
I think we've all felt like Deshaun.
#1 defense in the league. Are you kidding me right now? And you want
it doesn't matter. Both teams need to get equal opportunities to play. Both teams.
One more time. Are you joking, bro? 13 seconds, you can't stop him. 30 seconds, you can't stop him. #1 defense, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's on the team. I'm speaking. That's not on Josh Allen. That's Josh Allen's fault. Josh Allen gave them 13 seconds left. He gave him too much time. That's on him. Come on, man.
It's fault.
Exactly. That's my point. It's not Josh Allen's fault. So he needs to get a chance to get on the field. Josh played the best football he's ever played in his whole life.
Okay. Let's all be 100. Let's be 100. Okay. Say the rules have changed. Let's say the game has adopted Spitz rules. Is the outcome of that game different?
Probably not the way they were going back and forth.
They got Patty McPack.
Think about
Stop it.
The way they were going back and forth, man, I doubt it. And then you'd have a tie. So are you going to do triple overtime? You're going to do college rules? Start at the 45? Like, I mean, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, if you want to play woulda, coulda, shouldas, if the Chiefs get stopped. If the Chiefs can say nobody scores, or what is it? They both can kick field goals. That's the thing, like, a touchdown ends it, but a field goal, they can. Now the team gets opportunity. So if they hold them to a field goal, the Bills get opportunity. Well, it's the same damn defense. The defense still allowed them to get in the field goal range. It's still just like, if he would have ran the kickoff return back, nobody. That was a special teams fault. Like I understand it's a part of the. I understand it's part of the game. I understand that it's a specific unit's fault. If it's special teams, if it's defense, if it's offense, I understand that. I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is both should get an equal opportunity. They win overtime. It was a tie game. Both teams should get an equal chance to play. So basically, you're basically deciding the game on a coin flip. A coin flip decided that game because whoever team touched the ball first was going to score and was going to win the game.
Okay, but how many other teams throughout NFL history have had their games decided by a coin flip? Really? Because of this game?
It's not the first time. You act like it's the first time. And we just seen it a year ago. We just seen it a year ago.
All right. Hold on. Wise, what you got? Wise and raise his hand. What you got there, man? He's sitting politely.
Respectfully, but disrespectfully, that take is hot butter garbage. Spitz. I'm using your own.
No, that wasn't hot butter garbage. What you said was hot butter garbage. It don't make what y'all was saying don't make no damn sense.
Hold on. Let me explain this real fast. I just learned something new about you today. You the same guys that be like, oh, we need to protect the quarterback. Oh, you put the hands to the face that's rough on the passer. Oh, the offense needs to score more points. Oh, we need the entertainment factor to the NFL. No, exactly. I miss the days when we had Brian Dawkins. I miss the days when we had Sean Taylors. I miss the days when we had Palomalus. I miss the days when we had Hans Ward making crack blocks. Are you crazy? Let's put the physical. This is the main reason with the NFL today is it has got soft. It has got soft, and you the main reason. You the type of fan that wanted to be soft. You saying that they need another opportunity. No, you should have won the game in the regular game. You have 4 quarters to do it, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter in the regular season if they have a tie because it's the regular season.
If you don't execute, you lose.
Wise
all the time.
Wise, and Ray. Yeah. Both of y'all on this take right here are complete and utter 100% hot butter garbage. Don't sit here and give me that mess. I want more points. I want more scoring. I want more excitement. What position have I won the Texans draft the last 3 years? Name me the position I've been wanting to Texans draft. Name me the position I've been wanting to Texans draft the last 3 positions.
A game that there is no fairness in.
Name me the position I've been wanting to Texans draft for the last 3 years. Name it. Name it. Name it. What has been my biggest gripe about the Texans for the past 3-4 years?
Quarterback.
Name it.
That don't have nothing to do with
the quarterback.
Name it.
And his off the field activities. But
name it. Come on, man. I'm about offense. I've been hollering about corners and secondary. Stop that. Don't y'all ever get on here and say no trash like that before.
First.
Get on with that. I'm serious. Get on with that. Don't ever say that no more.
Waste management is scheduled for Wednesday morning to come pick up Spitz.
Yes,
terrible. I am going to go out on a limb. I'm not even going to say I'm going out on a limb. There's a different reason why I agree with Spitz, right? There's a different reason as to why I agree with Spitz. Because if you change the overtime rules to the way Spitz suggests, you give them a shortened quarter, everybody wins because we all get what we want from the NFL, which is more football. You get more football. Everybody wins. If you go, think about it. What was it? It was I can't name the year. It was when the Texans played the Ravens. Y'all remember the outcome going into overtime? How excited we were, and it only took one play to ruin that excitement. I remember being in the bar, almost getting in a fight after that game.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
My favorite Andre Johnson play when he scored the touchdown in the back in the back of the end zone, the Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, what would you have given to have another opportunity at that game? To have a chance to at least win it? Putting it all on the arm of Shaw? That's what we want to rely on. But again, we're all football fans. You get more football, you get the extended drives, you get more stuff to talk about, you get more disagreements like this. You know, hey, what? Get the fans what
Really,
they want.
Honcho?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
It's
What we have given up to get another opportunity? Really? It showed us that the Texans were sorry bastards and they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. And exactly.
Hey.
What you mean?
So again, a year ago, Deshaun didn't deserve to get on the field again. Last time he was on the field, he scored. I get that. That's not the point. I'm arguing you. That's the reason why we went for two. That's the reason why we went for two because we knew the defense was trash. We knew that. But I'm just saying, Deshaun played his butt off. He played off. He played as well as he could possibly play. Josh Allen played as well as possible. I don't even like Josh Allen, and I'm defending Josh Allen in this instance. Josh played the best football he's ever played in his life.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get a chance when it went to overtime. The last time,
life is not fair.
Okay.
Sorry.
So would you have watched?
Unfortunate.
Would you have liked to have seen another quarter of that level of play?
Well, we don't even need to have rules in football. Then we don't need to have penalties. They just take away penalties because life ain't play.
Full rules in football. Have you seen the flags that come out? Really?
Terrible.
What
Terrible.
That is true because they against that Cincinnati game. I know Cincinnati. I counted at least 5 times that I seen had 5 false starts. Had 5 false starts, and they didn't count them at all. And who knows if it was more? Yeah, I counted at least 5. Clearly, it wasn't always just a little twinge. They were blatant. Like the left tackle moved. Like he's standing up.
A lean and a twitch.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal, right? First, if you are watching via YouTube, hit that like button. What's wrong with y'all? If you're a fresh ingredient, you should know better than this terrible behavior. Shame on you, because you know the sauce can't be fresh without the fresh ingredients. And you guys who are out there watching, you guys who participate wherever you may be, you guys are the fresh ingredients that make the sauce what it is. Like I say, we may be up here, but it's really all about y'all. We want to know how y'all feel and how you think, especially if you're in the chat. You know, these questions are for you too. But like I said, so we're gonna jump ship just a little bit, because you see what the Texans do to us. They make us angry. And we got to calm down a little bit, and we all gel back together. There's a move, though, that is being reported or rumored. And y'all know me, I'm generally a fairly even-keeled person. But there is a move in a particular sport that involves Houston that has the potential to make me livid if it does not go the way that it should. Now, if it goes the way as it's being reported, cool beans. But if something were to go a little bit off the track, I don't know if I could accept it. And I think if you've been watching any amount of time, y'all know what I'm talking about. Wise, there's some rumors out there, man. The Rockets could possibly entertain the return of Westbrook. Now, your thoughts on that, and we'll kind of get into the details of it and everything, but what are your thoughts? As a Rockets fan, what are your thoughts on the possibility of ever seeing Westbrook in a Rockets jersey?
I have to say disrespectfully before I get into the disrespect. All right. Russell Westbrook has did great things in the community of Houston. He has given back. In his short time here, he has did things for the black community. He had the turkey drive and things of that sort. And then also he owns dealerships. He owns storage facilities, and he's a great businessman. He's a great father, and things of that sort. But I cannot have a man that wears a dress, into the Toyota Center here on Bell Street. The disrespect This man cannot. Do we not remember the days in the bubble when the LA Lakers, the team that he's currently on, which makes no sense, they the ones that went and traded for this man this offseason. They left this man wide open from 3 points, and you know what he did? That's when he earned the name. That that's when he earned the name Westbrick. He did the same thing while he was in here. I don't want to see him on the Houston Rockets organization. He better not put a uniform on ever again. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna take the ball out of Jalen Green's hand. He's gonna take out the ball out of Sniper Brooks' hand. He's gonna take the ball out of my boy Josh Christopher's hand. He's gonna take the ball out of you know what? I don't care about Christian Woods, but Christian Woods is good, but he gonna be traded anyways. But yeah, he Sengun's hand, exactly. Westbrook is a ball hog. He's not efficient at all. He's just gonna stat chase, and yeah, it's gonna look nice if he came to the Rockets. If he actually played, he's gonna put up the triple doubles, but we're still gonna lose. Let's look at his career. Let's look over the teammates that he's had. He's had Oladipo in his prime. He has James Harden in his prime as a teammate, Hall of Famer. He had KD as a teammate, Hall of Famer. He had Paul George as a teammate, Hall of Famer. And he couldn't get out of the second round of the playoffs, but only with KD and Harden. This guy has been out of the first round of the playoffs for multiple years. The highest that he got out in the last 5 years was with the Rockets when we lost to the Lakers in the second round in the bubble because Daniel House wanted to do the nasties with the bubbles time. Like, come on. But
Time out. Time out. Time out.
For the house.
No, it had nothing to do with Daniel House. Did you just say that Paul George is a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
I think Paul George is gonna end up in the Hall of Fame. I don't like it, but I think he will be there.
Yeah, you got to think about basketball Hall of Fame is different, bro. It's more lenient compared to NFL Hall of Fame and
Pandemic
the
P?
Naismith or whatever. Yeah, Pandemic P is the Hall of Famer, bro. With his accolades, bro, all the times he made first team, how many times he's been an all-star, how many times he been an all-pro, like, he's going to make the Hall of Fame. It's easy to make the Hall of Fame in NBA, I'm telling you.
And the reason why I'm looking at you like that because I'm not even disagreeing with you because like I can see the NBA doing stuff like that, making him a Hall of Famer. There's no reason why he should be a Hall of Famer. Paul George is too inconsistent to be a Hall of Famer. He's not.
Time out. I know this is not coming from Orlando Magic, sorry bastards fan. Get out of here. If he was on your team, he would be the best player that y'all had in the last decade, so stop it. How you going to go playoff P when y'all got the real pandemics out there in Orlando?
No, he would not. Hey, you try to tell me he better than Dwight Howard. That might be the worst take you've ever had. Paul George is better than Dwight Howard.
In the last 10 years?
When did Dwight Howard? 2012. Dwight Howard was out of there, right?
Well, you said, you talking about last 10 years. Okay,
yeah.
I'm thinking you just talking about period. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I know Shaq. I know Penny Hardaway. Like, stop it. I'm a basketball fan.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I have a Nick Anderson jersey for you, bro. Okay.
And you can keep that. I don't want no parts of that.
What?
I don't want no parts of no Nick Anderson. Now, if it was Dennis Scott, I'll take 3D. If it was Dennis Scott, I'll take 3D.
Yeah, that's from love from a Houston fan. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I have no issues with the Rockets. Dream is one of my favorite players.
Yes.
Me and Honcho disagree, but a franchise is one of my favorite players. I don't know why you don't like franchise. You be tripping.
Dude, Steve. It was just. Here's my thing. I never doubted his ability. I never doubted his skill. It was just him. I don't know what it was about Steve Francis. Maybe his game, like not his skill set, but his game. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he just thought he was a little better than he really was. Like
Coutinho Mobley was better.
Than a Francis fan.
Yeah.
Coutinho Mobley.
All day.
Continue Mobley one better than Steve Francis. Stop
I
it.
wasn't saying he was better, but I liked him better than Steve Francis.
I'll say
No. I'm talking about Wise said it. Wise just said it. Wise just said it. Wise just said it.
I don't know if I'm gonna go.
I'll say Moochie Norris was better than him. If you want to put into it, yes.
Not the Mooch.
Moochie.
Somebody please mute Wise. Take Wise, man.
I'm a real Rockets fan. I didn't like.
I don't care what kind of fan you is. What you said don't make no damn sense.
Moochie used to look like he came hoop like right after an and one game or something. You know what I'm saying? Coming in with the socks, the hair all looking crazy. Moochie used to look wild. He didn't look like he really belonged on the basketball court, but hey, he did what he had to do. So I ain't hating on Moochie. It is.
I'm still tripping. I'm still tripping this whole Paul George Hall of Famer. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of Paul George in the slightest, but I think he's going to end up being a Hall of Famer, unfortunately.
I mean, and the way the Clippers be melting down. I mean, you hit the bat.
Yeah, but we're gonna get back to the Westbrook thing. I'm kind of with you though, because I from what the rumors are saying is that the Rockets may be willing to entertain a trade of John Wall and maybe some additional assets for a trade of Russell Westbrook. Ultimately, Russell gets bought out because nobody, I don't think even Russell, wants to see him in a Houston jersey ever again. Like I said, and even with that Lakers game, if Russell wouldn't have played that Lakers series, I think the Rockets actually had a chance to beat the Lakers. I didn't like Russell ever, and not in any point in time have I ever liked Russell Westbrook. When he came, everybody tried to convince me, he gonna be this, he gonna be that. We see who was right at the end of that, but it's not about I told you so. But the reason I think I have more disdain for Russell Westbrook now than ever was because of that series. The dude knew he wasn't 100%. He was playing trash. He was losing the ball. He couldn't dribble, couldn't do anything. But he was still determined to get out there and play. As an athlete, we've all played on some respective level. Like, when you're hurt and when you're injured. He had a lingering injury. It wasn't that he was just hurt. It was an injury that was still lingering, causing him to play the way he did. And the fact that he was so selfish, not to say, hey, you know what, coach, I need to sit this one out, or I'm not benefiting the team. I'm actually a negative. I need to step aside. And that's why I also lost a lot of respect for D'Antoni for not stepping up and telling him, hey, you got to sit down, man. You're hurting the team. You're not benefiting us. And the fact that he couldn't do that kind of made me feel, okay, I wasn't tripping on him moving on. So it just kind of is, what it is in that situation.
In the dress.
The kilt, the dress, the fashion. Boy coming in looking like Mario Brothers, wearing Oshkosh bagosh, all that.
But you was okay. You was okay with Hopkins did it though.
Oh no, I had my issues with Hopkins.
No,
I had my issues.
Yeah,
but y'all know my saying though. Y'all know my saying. Appreciate a person for what they do. So whatever it is that attracted you to that person. So it was Hopkins that LSU game. That's the first time I ever saw him play in that bowl game. And I was immediately a fan, and that's when I immediately wanted Texas to draft him. Didn't know nothing about his off-the-field issues. As I started to see some of those things, let's just say he has a very unique taste in fashion. Not my cup of tea, but y'all see me. I'm plain Jane. Give me a hoodie and some sweats. I'm good. So maybe I'm out to loop. Maybe the new trend is something new. You youngsters, this young generation, y'all know y'all into some new things. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no Hopkins slander. No Hopkins slander.
Oh, Hopkins clothes slander. But
all right.
Hey, how come my boy though?
Yeah.
I gotta
no
do this to you, man. I'm sorry. I just received word that David Ortiz made the Hall of Fame first ballot.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's Big Papi's. What you mean? Oh my gosh!
Let me throw up real quick.
Big Papi's is
my
Ortiz. Yes, the Yankees lose. Yes.
Don't get me started on that. Like that's one of the reasons why I have issues with baseball. Take themselves too damn seriously.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds didn't get on it. This is last year, so Barry Bonds will never be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Clemens.
Yeah, neither Roger Clemens. Neither Pete Rose was banned from life from baseball. Baseball take themselves too. Nobody really care. Why y'all take yourself? Who else bans? Oh, we're gonna ban you from the sport for life.
Yeah, but is it baseball or is it the writers? Like, or is it a bit
It's
of
the
both?
writers.
It's the writers, yeah, but they're the ones who control the narrative, and they take them and they sport too seriously. Like, come on, who cares? Okay, yes, we
the game.
yeah, like we know they took steroids, but we also know that those were the baddest dudes on the planet when they did play.
Yeah, exactly. That's when baseball was fun.
Yeah, the steroid era was great. The steroid era for baseball was like the attitude era for wrestling. It was great. Like, people who were way more casual, didn't even care about it, would pay attention because of the hype. Like, you wanted to see what was going on with McGuire, with Sosa, with Bond, like guys like that. You paid attention. Like, I don't know nothing about baseball, but during the steroid era, if I saw one of those names, I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna watch. So things like that are good for the game. I agree with the writer situation, and it's not. And it actually is kind of sad because you look at some of the talent Houston has right now, and I know there's conversations with people in Altuve and his future.
That's all about that. I was just about to ask y'all think about Altuve. Is the scandal going to hurt him?
Yeah, I think it is because of the way we talk about the writers. Because I don't think he did anything wrong personally, but like you said, the writers take themselves too serious. These purists, and they feel like they're the end all be all of the game, and they, the gatekeepers. And we've seen this narrative. Every Astros player has come out and said Altuve had nothing to do with it. Whether they're still on his team or they're not. So what benefit do they get? You think he's paying off? Hey, don't say nothing about me. No, he was a stand-up dude. He didn't participate in the shenanigans. Cool, but you still have every writer.
Look at it this way: neither did Shoeless Joe Jackson when the Chicago White Sox rigged the World Series, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame for it.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing.
It's gonna be the same thing.
And so you get punished for something you really, had nothing to do with, for playing great baseball, because of these biases, because of this I want to send a message. But what message are you really sending? Let's be honest. Like,
we're really going through it over there right now.
Yeah, I'm about to go off. I'm trying real hard to contain myself right now, man. The fact that David Ortiz, look, I'm not mad that David Ortiz got in. I figured eventually he probably would get in. He was clutch in the postseason. Let's just be real. I mean, the guy was just clutch. He didn't field. He never fielded unless they were playing a National League team. Are you kidding me? He played one side of a two-sided game, and he's in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. People like King Griffey Jr. are kind of the only ones that can kind of get away with that, and he ain't no damn Griffey. I am sorry. Good God, this is bad. What basically happened is we don't want Bonds in, we don't want Clemens in. Let's just give it to Big Papi. Let's just give him the votes. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll go more in depth on it later, but this kind of crap is why people don't watch baseball. This kind of crap right here is why people don't watch baseball.
I'm a prime example. This turns me off when it comes to baseball. This is part of the reason why it makes this, like you say, it makes the sport disinterested. I'm not interested now. Why? Like,
Spitz, do you know what should turn you off? The fact that you're a Rangers fan. So stop it right there.
Yeah, you don't get to say crap. You a Rangers fan. No.
Y'all doing my boy bad. But here's the deal, man.
Again, like I said, it's the Astros' fault I'm a Rangers fan.
How?
Hey, you know what? We need to do a sauce and
How?
I told y'all, as a kid, the Astros games was only on Comcast, so I couldn't watch the Astros. So, but you know what was on FSN or whatever the station is, the Rangers won. Yeah, the Rangers won the station. So as a kid, when you see a baseball team playing, they got Texas written across their chest. You're from the state of Texas. You're gonna root for that team, and therefore I fall in love with the team because that's who I'm watching. And maybe if the Astros were on TV, maybe I could watch the Astros. Maybe I'll be an Astros fan. I have nothing against the Astros. I root for y'all in 17. I root for y'all in the last World Series. I have no issue with the Astros, but my favorite team is the Rangers.
No, you an op. How you gonna root for the ops? That's
I'm
Yeah.
the op, but y'all get mad for the Oilers. Y'all get mad for the Oilers misery.
Let's go ahead and
That's the ops.
Look, here's the deal, though, because it's getting about that time, man.
Cowboy fans do with the Rangers, bro.
Oh man, terrible. We ain't gonna do them like that's terrible. That's a terrible thing.
They're not in Dallas. They're in Arlington. They're Arlington Rangers.
We're gonna go with this. You want to go over this right now? Oh my God,
we going over technicality. Are we Rioing right now? Are we getting technical?
Yeah, he's getting BL Rio. You know what I'm saying? BL Rio.
But here's the deal, man, because it's about that time, so we're gonna get ready to start winding things down. But before we get out of here, man, we gotta exit properly. So before we do that, gentlemen, we'll start with Wise and work our way back around. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, salute everybody for tuning in today. Salute to everybody that's watching on with Fox 26. Salute to everybody that's watching on YouTube with Sauce Nation. Hit the comment button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Join the Discord, join the Patreon. It's cheap right now. You better get on it right now. We're gonna have a lot of conversations. Senior Bowl in 2 weeks. Combine coming up in 6 weeks. Free agency coming up in 6 weeks. It's gonna be a real fun time. Nikki says is gonna be getting the head coach. We're gonna be getting the offensive coordinator. You want to be tuned with the sauce. The sauce always dripping, and you don't want to you don't want to get lost you don't want to get lost in the sauce, or you don't want to get left out. That's all I wanted to drip.
Yes, there's a lot going on.
Drip, drip.
Miss it. Ray. Brody says stay woke. But what you got to say before we slide up out of here, Ray?
Where are my ribs? That's what I got to say. Where are my ribs? That's what I want to know. No, thank you guys for coming out. We know your time is precious, man. I know we shuck about all this stuff and we just kind of talk about it and all that good stuff. But I mean, we're just passionate fans, man. We just want to talk to each other and talk to you guys, see how you feel, and keep looking out, man. We have a lot of stuff coming, including, can I ruin it, Spiz? Nah, you know what? I'll save that. Just stay tuned. If you miss the sauce, you're gonna miss the opportunities. I'll just say it like that. The fact that NFL overtime rule was 58% yes and 42% no. I'm disappointed in y'all. Oh my God, what is wrong with y'all? And the fact that Spitz, you know what? I love all y'all, even you, Spitz. What you got?
Appreciate you, bro.
Ain't nothing but love, baby. Spitz,
Ain't nothing but love, bro. I love you too, bro. What's up?
what you got, man? What you got before we slide up out of here, man?
Man, appreciate y'all, Sauce Nation, for tuning in. Like I said, if y'all tuned in and watched us on Fox, thank you for Fox 26 for the opportunity. I hope everybody watched it and enjoyed the stream. Like I said, we got a lot of great content coming out. A lot of stuff on the way. Trust me, y'all want to be a part of what we have in store. So y'all got to keep your eyes and your ears open. Also, I just dropped a video on my YouTube channel that Spitz 389. Go check that out. It was about the whole coaching search. About a lot of the candidates that have been dropped and why I feel like they should or shouldn't be a part of the team. So y'all go check that out. Like I said, follow us. Keep your eyes and your ears open because a lot of special stuff, a lot of drip is about to drop very, very soon. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. So holla.
Yes. Don't be on that side.
Shameless plug.
The drip. Drip is about to drop. I like that. Yeah.
Can I get 10 seconds?
I love it.
Can I get 5 seconds?
Yes, sir. What you got?
Please still be prepared. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Waste Management still will be picking you up regardless of what the polls say. Thank you, sir, and have a nice day.
Hey, y'all pick me up. Hey, and like I said before, remember now, it's the original Houston Texans Roundtable. Often imitated, never duplicated. Correct. Remember that, y'all.
Yeah, it's the game is getting dirty out there, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad you said the game is getting shaky, but y'all know if you've been a part of Sauce Nation, you know how we've been doing this for quite some time now. We've laid a foundation in the city. If you're new to it, if you join us through Fox 26, and yes, every Tuesday we will be live streaming on the Fox 26 app. So make sure if you don't see it on the tube, make sure you download the app. Make sure you're ready Tuesday, 7 o'clock. I mean, you be there like 6:58, 30. You know what I'm saying? Like with like 30 seconds. We got a minute and a half. Make sure you got your popcorn, your juicy juice. You know what I'm saying? Tell the kids go in their room so you don't miss nothing.
And no CP time.
No
CP
Make sure you throw in the waste bag so you can hit Spet's head on the way down, bro.
Terrible. But yeah. But make sure, man, like I say, make sure you hit that like button, number one. Make sure you share this. Make sure you subscribe. Like I say, make sure you get that app. Make sure you're following Fox 26. Make sure you're following Sauce Sports. Sauce Sports HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Sauce Sports on, I think we got a TikTok. Ain't nothing on it, but there's a TikTok, Sauce Sports, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start dancing like Jackson Mahomes on the TikTok.
Please don't.
Hey, how y'all do that? Flossing? I'm old. I mean, my joints hurt.
Oh my gosh. Throw this whole Jackson Mahomes in the trash. Don't get me started. Please, let's end this show. Jesus Christ.
That's a wrap, y'all. But again, like I said, hit that like button. Tell a friend. Hey, man, shout out to everybody. Thanks to everybody at Fox, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Roundtable. Shout out to those of us in the round who couldn't be here. And again, we'll be rocking with it next Tuesday. Shout out to Tenny, because Tenny been holding down the Twitters, doing a lot of promo. He couldn't join us this evening, but shout out to 10 man.
10 man, what's up, man?
And salute to you. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. Hey, Jack, we are out. I appreciate